As the end of Arsenal's Premier League season draws ever closer, the rumour mill is in full effect. I heard some rumours today, some transfer news, and I was thinking, what? Not only outgoings, but some incomings as well, that I'm thinking, look, I wouldn't expect that. This is a bit of a curveball, and we know Mikel Arteta is ruthless in situations, so I guess they do make sense. Before we get into it though, if you do enjoy this daily Arsenal content, just do me a favour and hit like on this video, just help me out. So the first one I heard and I thought, well, how can that happen? Is Zinchenko apparently is wanted by Bayern Munich. Now, this was a curveball to me because I'm thinking, look, Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus come in 2 seasons ago and they transformed Arsenal, not only in terms of their mentality, but their ability on the pitch was unmatched by any other Arsenal players. 2 years down the line, and we're talking about these 2 guys actually being sold. Like, there's a real possibility that both of these guys could go in the summer. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. I'll be very shocked if Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko are both sold this summer. Now, like I said, it's not impossible because the links for Gabriel Jesus have been around for probably a week or so now. We've done a video on this channel. There's some very real options out there for Gabriel Jesus. The latest one is he's wanted by Palmeres in Brazil on a loan deal. Now, this move to me makes absolutely no sense. Let me know if you think this could even happen. I don't know why we would be letting Gabriel Jesus go on loan to a club in Brazil. What does that do for Arsenal? The only reason you would sell Gabriel Jesus is if you get a ridiculous figure from, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or somewhere like that. If they're giving 60, 70 million for Gabriel Jesus, that's probably a price that you need to look at and think, this could be too good to turn down. There does become a number with Gabriel Jesus that you look at and you think, guys, we need to consider it. I don't know what that number is. And do Arsenal kind of have to sell this player? Is there things happening behind the scene that us guys are not aware of? Is the medical team assessing Gabriel Jesus and thinking, listen, this guy's knee problem is not going away. This is going to happen season in, season out. So a move, trying to get some money in, might not be the worst option in the world. I don't know. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on that. But this Zinchenko story to Bayern Munich, £39 million, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if I would want Zinchenko to be sold. I think he does offer things. I do think he's suspect at the back. I do think he gives the ball away too much. And I do think he sort of lets the opposition attack Arsenal in moments that, towards the end of a game, Zinchenko gives the ball away and you're just thinking, what have you done that for? Just play the simple passes right there. But would I want Zinchenko to be sold? I don't know, because it's difficult with these Arsenal defenders. Arsenal injuries in defence, they always seem to be happening. We've got Timber on the bench, just come back from a long-term injury. That was unfortunate. I don't think he's injury prone. But we know what's happening with tomiyasu. And that is another story. Tomiyasu, he was not pictured in training again. Does that mean he's going to miss the match? I don't know. But it's becoming a concern with tomiyasu because he's a fantastic player, but he's just not available enough. And I say enough, I don't know. He's not missed large parts of the season, but he's missed a chunk of the season. This is a player that you would hope to be relying on. You want tomiyasu to be in the squad. We've seen what he offers when he comes into the team. Very good defensively, and he's quite assured going forward as well. So to have tomiyasu miss training again, I don't know. We're going to have to see the team news on the weekend. Maybe it is just a precautionary. Maybe it is just, he's not long come back from injury, so he just needed an extra session to recover. It could just be as simple as that. But if Tomiyasu's out again, then there does need to be some thinking. We do need to start thinking about going for some different targets. Like I said, there's other stories about incomings that I was like Wojciech Szczesny. There's been rumours linking him with a move back to Arsenal. Now, I don't know if this can happen. How would you guys feel about Szczesny coming back? It seemed like so long ago Szczesny was in the squad. And I actually liked Szczesny. I was one of the only people who kind of rated Szczesny. I always thought he was passionate. I always thought he had the hunger. Was he suspect? Yeah, but what keeper's not? We've seen David Raya come in and make some mistakes. We've seen Aaron Ramsdale, brilliant, but also made some mistakes. I think keepers are inherently dodgy at times. It's a position where if you make a mistake, you're probably going to be punished, and that leads to a goal, so it's always magnified. But I didn't mind Wojciech Szczesny. Would I like him to come back? I wouldn't mind it. If he's the second choice goalkeeper, if Ramsdale has to go and you're looking for another option, would Szczesny be the end of the world? No, not in my opinion. I think he's a good enough goalkeeper. Look at the level he's playing at the minute. Playing for Juventus. So I don't think, as long as he's happy to come in and be the second choice, would he come in and overtake Raya? Probably not. Now, like I said, you can never say never because we know what Mikel Arteta's like. If he has a look at Szczesny and he thinks he's going to be the better option, then no doubt he would put him in for David Raya. I don't doubt that for a second. But as a second choice goalkeeper, I think Szczesny's a good shout because you don't just want to go for a 16, 17, 18-year-old goalkeeper who's a good up-and-coming goalkeeper, but he's not quite at the level yet. Because say if David Raya does pick up an injury, you need your goalkeeper to be confident in playing Premier League games, potentially playing Champions League games. So if we have the next, say Hein, the up-and-coming goalkeeper, if we stick him in and we say, no, this is our second choice goalkeeper now, you're basically saying if anything happens to your first choice goalkeeper, you are more than happy with the abilities of your second choice goalkeeper to play potentially the rest of the season. Premier League games, Champions League games. Would you be happy with, I don't know, Hein, for example, playing that many minutes? I don't think he's at a level yet where you can say he's ready to do that. So I do think we need to bring someone else in if it's not Ramsdale. Now, who do we go for? Like I said, I don't know. But the Szczesny link was an interesting one to me. So just let me know your thoughts on that. Would you take Szczesny back? Now, in terms of strikers, we know Arsenal are going to be targeting an attacker in the transfer window. Gyokeres was a massive link for Arsenal sort of a month ago. It's kind of gone slightly more quiet, but in more recent days, the links have come up again. But he's also now being linked with Tottenham. He's also now being linked with Manchester United. Now, if he had the choice of picking between those three clubs, I don't doubt that he would want to come to Arsenal. All you got to do is look at the projects, look at the three teams, and it's a very simple decision. He would choose Arsenal, but if Tottenham come in or Man United come in and pay crazy wages, you know, it could be a consideration for Gyokeres. He might be thinking Arsenal's the better team, Arsenal's the better project, but Man United's offering me 300 grand a week. Would I be worried if he went to Man United or Tottenham? Honestly, yeah, because if he goes to Tottenham, I do think he has a bit of Harry Kane about him. Now, I've only seen him in a limited capacity. I haven't watched him as much as some Premier League players, of course. But I do think he has quite a lot of talent. Would I want him at Arsenal? He's probably my second or third choice. I want Alexander Isak from Newcastle. If we can't get him, then go for Gyokeres. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I don't think it's the worst decision in the world. But I would be slightly worried if he went to a Tottenham or a Man United because I actually think he's a very good player. I do think he has qualities that could make him excel in the Premier League. You know, he's big, he's strong, he's not slow, but he's a proper centre forward. Like I said, he's got a bit of Harry Kane about him. He's okay with his feet, but he's just a big, strong striker, and I think he would get a lot of goals in the Premier League. He was obviously playing for Coventry in the Championship, and he done fairly okay there. The next story is Mikel Arteta. You know, the media are kind of picked up on the fact that Mikel Arteta is only one yellow card away from missing sort of the Everton game. So if he gets a yellow card in the Manchester United game, could this be a scenario where he misses the last game of the season and then Arsenal all of a sudden fall apart? I wouldn't be worried about it. I'm sure Mikel Arteta knows to keep his mouth quiet in that Manchester United game. Now, it's not always as easy as that with Mikel Arteta. We know he's a very passionate manager. We know he wears his heart on his sleeve, and that's seen by the way that Arsenal play. He's so emotive. You know, other fans, rival fans hate him. He's always getting booked. He's a disgrace. But that's kind of his philosophy. That's kind of what he does. You know, he's passionate, and that's seen on the pitch. The players are passionate. The players are, you know, fierce. And that's exactly what Mikel Arteta wants. So would I be worried about him getting a yellow card in the Man United game? Not particularly. If it happens, it happens. Do I think it's going to happen? No. I think the media are just jumping on this because there's not much news to go around, to be honest. I wouldn't be worried about Mikel Arteta getting a yellow card against Man United. Let me know your thoughts on it. You know, and then that just leads us with a Man United game. Coming up this weekend, it's our penultimate match. Arsenal versus Manchester United, always a massive game. I'm so excited for it. And I'm kind of, you know, if Arsenal win this game and they go into that last game of the season, do you know what I've been thinking of? You know when sort of Man City won the title from Man United and it was the famous Aguero, one of the great moments in Premier League history. It would be interesting. I haven't checked yet, but was that the first time that Man City won the title? Because since then, they've been relentless in winning the Premier League, and it would almost be like kind of a changing of the guard moment. Imagine if Arsenal and Man City was sort of in that position in the last game of the season where either guy could win it, and then Arsenal have that moment on the last day of the season where they kind of win the Premier League. You know how Man City won it off Man United? Like I said, it'd be interesting to know if that was their first time, but I'm kind of getting a feeling that that could happen. Now, that could not happen. Arsenal could lose against Manchester United and it could all be a load of rubbish, but I'm kind of, imagine how fitting that would be going into that last game of the season. Arsenal need to win. Man City are playing. Arsenal are playing. We don't know what's going to happen. And I just remember that being a great title race when it was Man United versus Man City. Man City pipped them in the end. And I just think it would be a fairy tale if Arsenal could be in that same position where we have that Aguero moment. We overtake Man City and win the title in that way. I think that would be brilliant. I don't know. I'm just excited for the game against Man United first. We have to just take one game at a time. We've not been very successful at Old Trafford. But the way that Man United are playing, could that help or could that hinder Arsenal? Let me know what you think. You know, Man United have been rubbish. Look how they played against Palace. They was embarrassing. But does that affect the way that Arsenal are going to play? Does that make Manchester United more dangerous? I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to wait till Sunday. Let me know your thoughts on everything you've heard in this video. What do you think about the Zinchenko news? Would you sell Zinchenko? Would you sell Gabriel Jesus? What do you think of Szczesny? Would you bring him in? Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, if you could, just quickly do me the favour of hitting like on this video. Just like it and subscribe. And I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.